Our first EP collab, man. Oakland Vallejo, the Bay Area, stand up. I'm from that town. She from Vallejo. Said let's collab. She said, okay, we all should play. Hot potato, whoever got the hottest challenge accepted. It's me, I'm the best. Like creative players on hunters, no less. The lines in your forehead just told me you stress it. Got G-O-D on me side, ooh, he blessed me. All these lies they tell it's a vaccine. They're acting it's so bad like it's wrestling. Keep my circle so small it's insane. If you made the cut then you're part of my team. Just like blowing that plank plus strikes no gutter. Attracted to the mind but I like Miles Hooder. She gotta have a pretty face too.
Hello mates. Not it's Mrs. Best. Hi Mr. Oso Tender. Lord help us. Anywho, welcome to my channel. I am Mrs. Best. We are here as we are every single week to go over life after lockup, the recap and review for the episode titled Games of Chance. I like the way they name the episodes. They're like corny, but clever, if that makes sense. We are here a day late. I was supposed to be here yesterday, but my job believes that I'm a slave and has been working my black ass to the bone. So I'm getting to these recaps when I get to these recaps, but as long as we do the recaps, we're going to have a good time. Anywho, what we are going to do is go over each couple that was in the episode in their entirety instead of ping-ponging back and forth. I will give my opinions, talk a little shit in the comments, let me know what you agree with, what you disagree with, all of those good things. Let's jump right on into it. So we're going to start with Taylor and Chance. This is a couple that I knew wasn't going to work the moment that I saw Taylor. Before we even heard anything about Chance, I knew this was not going to work. Has nothing to do with her looks. You guys like to come for this girl's looks all the time. Leave her alone. Beauty's in the eye of the beholder. If you're not beholding them, then, move on and shut up. But I knew that this relationship would not work when we first saw Taylor because she just acts like she's ditzy. Like the lights are on, but no one's home, if y'all get what I'm saying. She just doesn't seem to be a good decision maker. So Chance and Taylor, hi, Lil Intact. We will be doing our music review shortly. Taylor and Chance are broken up. She put him out because she caught him texting another man. She thought he was cheating on her with women. When she sees that he was talking to other men, she said, oh, no, no, no. So Chance comes and he tries to apologize. And, she says that she loved him more than she loved herself. He says he did not want to split up. But she does finally seem done with his excuses. And I believe in real time, they're actually broken up still, which is good because he's going to jail like crazy right now. But he does try to manipulate her, which is, to me, it's pointless talking to him. His apologies are disingenuous. Nothing he fucking says matters or counts. He also seemed high as hell and left her house weirdly. But I'm pretty sure he was high on something. I'm pretty sure. Unfortunately, I grew up around crackheads and I could spot one from a mile away. And Chance gives me that. So allegedly, don't be coming for me, Chance. I ain't got shit anyway. I'll be in county jail right with you because I'm crazy. So moving it along. Chance, he comes back. He says he's going to fight for her, or he says he's going to fight for her to the confessional. Now, she talks to her kids because she's got a bunch of daughters, and she talks to her children about the breakup, and they say that they, don't want to see him no more either. And I honestly don't blame the kids. Kids are smart, and they be tired of shit before their mamas and daddies be tired of shit. So she says, they ask if they're going to see Chance anymore. She says that they should still see him because she has a baby that she had by chance. So I would assume they'll see him. But based on Taylor's, track record, she doesn't pick the best baby daddies. They're either on drugs or, things like that happen. So her oldest, before we get to that, the kids, when she says that they will still get to see Chance, they say, well, are you sure? Because all your other boyfriends, we don't see no more. I said, well, damn. How many boyfriends have you had around your kids and in your house? Girl, y'all single moms got to do better at that. I'm tired of that shit. There is no excuse. If you haven't been with this man for a good amount of time, he should not be around your children. He just should not. Because look at them. Now they're like, oh, just like all the others. Her kids was telling on her this episode. So her oldest daughter, we find out the 10-year-old does not like Chance, probably because she's old enough to understand like truly understand what's happening versus being nosy. And the little girls, when the oldest girl is like, I don't like Chance, the younger daughters are like, yeah, because we know that he cheated on you and he has a boyfriend. I said, oh shit, not the kids knowing. They're like 5 and 6. They can't even process what they're saying. So next thing we see while they're having this talk, Chance comes creeping up with a new car, looking like a creeper. Like, why was he creeping by like that? I'm telling you, drugs, y'all, stay away from them unless it's weed. Anywho, he's a narcissist. He really is. He gives me that. So the daughters, the little rings that Chance gave them when he proposed, he gave all of them rings. They gave that shit back. And he's like, no, it's for you. Him showing up definitely confused the little girls. And he says that the car he bought is for them. He says, I traded him a truck for y'all. No, you didn't. You did not. He traded his Ford truck for an Escalade. He says it was for the little girls, but then he drives off with the truck. I thought you bought the truck for them. So why are you driving off with the truck? Don't get it, but we will see more with them next week. I'm definitely glad that we are at the season finale. Next week is the season finale of Life After Lockup. Why do we need to see so many episodes of this breakup? They could have got that shit over and done with. And they did that last season on Love During Lockup with Renika and the boy who passed away. I'm so sorry, I can't remember his name. But they did that with her. They had been done. Her storyline was over, but they stretched that shit till it could not stretch no more. So the next couple we'll go over is Lindsay and Blaine. I don't buy any of their storyline. Some of it I do, most of it I don't. Lindsay's upset that she found out Blaine, views her as what she is, which is manipulative, narcissistic, selfish, impossible to talk to, and unrealistic. I mean, nothing he said about Lindsay was a lie. Nothing he said about her was a lie. Little intact. Yes, you can change one of the songs that I am reviewing. Just go ahead and email me. Send me a new email with both songs that you would like to be reviewed tonight, and I will do that. Anywho, so Lindsay is upset and doesn't understand why Blaine is with her, which is honestly reasonable, because if you feel this way about me, why are you with me? She goes and calls her probation officer and explains that Blaine has a medical marijuana card, and her PO says, no problem, intact. Her PO says that with Blaine having the medical marijuana card, they cannot live together or get married. Mississippi is strict and still stuck in 1960. Okay. So that did not surprise me. She says once they meet up, or before they meet up, Lindsay is talking to the camera and she's like, the engagement was a facade. Bitch, you proposed to him. He didn't want you. He didn't propose to you. Now, if that man had proposed to her and was doing all that, then I'd be like, oh, that's shady. But he never proposed. She proposed. And she didn't even buy him a ring. She bought him a $200 necklace. So Blaine comes home and he bought a 4-wheeler ATV for $800. Good deal, by the way. And she gets upset at him about that. Seems like she gets upset whenever she has no control of the money. If it was her buying it, he would have to be okay with it. And this is where all their bullshit starts and they start arguing. So he says he bought the 4-wheeler for his son and him so they can have fun together because his son's living with them. And in the country, especially the South, that is something fun to do, 4-wheelers. I mean, who doesn't like a 4-wheeler? I'm just saying. I don't see the issue with him buying that. But what I did find strange is you are buying this 4-wheeler when you're supposed to be helping her to pay off her legal debt. I guess she owes $10,000 to, or $20,000 or something like that to an attorney so that she cannot go to jail for 40 years. So she's upset that money didn't come to her. Girl, $800 from $40,000, you still got a way to go. Calm down. But he gets mad and he says, I can do shit for my son. And he's like, fuck you. So you could tell he's been fed up just based on how quickly he gets upset. Because nobody wants to be questioned constantly, especially when you're doing something for your son or your loved one. Like, why are you questioning me? Why are you in my funds? And she goes, I bought you a $200 necklace, Lindsay. People in the hood buy $200 necklaces. People buy $200 shoes. Okay? Look up a pair of Jordans. So please stop throwing that around. Please. He basically says, because they get into it, they start arguing. He says that she talks down to him, and that's when she lets him know of the probation. He's like, I'm depressed. And it seems like the source of his depression is her. Just saying. She does not care. They get to arguing, and she asks, what have I done to you that's so bad? What have I done to you, Blaine, that's so bad? And he hollers at the top of his lungs, how about running off with a married man? For those who are unsure, check out the According to Amber YouTube channel. She's a great content creator. I love referring people to others. We should all support each other in this little community of content creation. But According to Amber is a page that drops all the tea for these people on these Life and Love After Lockup shows. And it came out, and Deontay, who used to be with Lindsay, who was also on the show, talked about it as well. They were at a photo shoot for the show, and she ended up sleeping with a married man or something like that. There's a picture snapped by Deontay's ex or something like that. So Blaine found out about it. He hasn't really spoke about it on camera, but he definitely knows about it. And I can understand how that could depress a man. I'm going to say this, and I always say this. Men will cheat on women up, down, left, right, up and through, and whatever you call it. But the moment they get cheated on, they cry like little bitches. They can dish it out, but they cannot take it. I have not met one man who has cheated on a woman, and then when the woman cheats back or he finds out he's been cheated on, does not lose his heart. I mean, his whole, you could just see their happiness just melt. Like, I don't get it. If you can't take being cheated on, don't fucking cheat on other people. So, but and Blaine has not cheated on Lindsay. So he definitely did not deserve it. She's a manipulative, common slut, in my opinion. And I'm tired of her being on our show. She's gone. We saw her with Scott. She didn't get her way with him. So she destroyed his house and carved something into his desk. And I still think Scott did the right thing by sending her ass back to jail. And then we saw her with Deontay. Then there's these married men in between that. And then she got with Blaine, who was supposedly her drug dealer, because she says she was a queen pin. Never heard of a queen pin in Mississippi, but okay, girl. Moving it along. If you're still here, do me a favor and like the video. If you're watching the live replay, hey, nice to meet you. Thank you for coming back, or thank you for being here. Feel free to subscribe. Don't subscribe, like the video. I just appreciate every person who stops by the channel and watches. But that's all we got from Lindsay and Blaine. You could tell they're setting up for the finale so that we can get like the endings and all of that good stuff. So catch my finale recap, which will be happening this Sunday. Let's get into the next couple, which is Louis and Melissa. They're in the pizza shop, and she takes a pregnancy test. We knew that she was not pregnant. I think she did this for a storyline. Melissa has a daughter who's almost 20. So it's like, and she's 40 something. Louis 40 something. I don't like her as a person. She's also difficult to look at. I hate to say that, but we know that she's not pregnant. She does end up thanking Louis for supporting her, and says that she's going to ease up on him about the jobs and things like that, because she's starting to realize it's not the same for her as it is for him, but she's incredibly selfish. So she goes and she has her nose surgery. I don't think a nose job will help her at all, but it is what it is. And when they're driving home, she's fucking rude to him for no reason. The bumps in the road that he has no control over, she's complaining about that. She just, she's rude, like going off on him, calling him out of her name or his name, all of that stuff. And he don't know if he could deal with it. So fast forward, we see that she goes to her surgeon to get the bandage off, and he's planning a date for her on the beach. We will see next week on the finale, the reveal of her nose and, how he feels about it, because we know that he was against the surgery. I like Louis. I want him away from Melissa. I feel like she's going to, she's not good for him. That's how I feel. Moving it along, Sarah and Shan are moving. We saw this last week because their finances are so bad. She likes to say, I didn't realize how bad Shan was with money. But if you guys remember, Shan a few seasons ago was complaining because Sarah has his paychecks. His checks got deposited to her because she's better with finances. So she ran their finances into the ground and is now blaming him. Him fixing a truck a few times isn't going to put them in over $27,000 worth of debt. But them plastic surgeries that are botched on her will. So basically, they are downsizing and nothing is wrong with that. They pull up to a crazy looking lot. This lot has a burned house. Like the house is literally burnt down, but it's property. We find out they bought the land with the burnt house and they're going to be living with their kids in 2 camper trailers. I don't get it, but he calls Kelly to tell her of his living situation. And Kelly didn't fully seem to care, but we know that he's been lying to Sarah and Sarah thinks he's been sending Kelly money and he has not. I was happy to see Sarah redeem herself. She was obviously pissed off with him from her pain or whatever, from her botched procedures, but she did acknowledge, like, you know, he has these kids, he has to help with stuff. And, you know, she acknowledged some stuff. She kind of redeemed herself. Last week, she was acting a little bit bitchy for no reason towards Kelly, but this week she seems better. Not much happened with them. So the last couple we're going to go over for this recap is going to be Justine and Michael. Justine has not gained enough weight for her pregnancy and the baby is too big. So she could give birth at any moment. There are some serious risks to her giving birth to where I guess the doctor said she could potentially pass away. I don't buy it, honestly, because I feel like if that was the case, we could have seen the appointment. We could have seen a lot. They're boring. I don't care to see them back for another season. Let him go do his music and leave it there. I just don't care. The only part of them that's interesting is his mom wanting a paternity test from her friend who she set up with her son. That's it. Anyhow, she has she talks to her daughter about that. I don't want to leave Kylie with the responsibility if I die. Why would you talk like that? Like, to even put that in the air, even if it's for like a show. I didn't like that. I felt like they were just grasping at straws to have something interesting to show us. Anywho, she's in pain and they go to the hospital. She has her baby. Everything goes fine. She named her baby the stupidest fucking thing you could name your child. Manhattan Barbie. Why the fuck is your child named after a doll? A white doll at that. They're not white. I didn't understand it. But, you know, it'd be funny if the daughter ended up being like a lesbian that's like just doesn't want to be feminine at all. And she's stuck with a name like Manhattan Barbie. Like, don't do that. The baby was cute. The baby was beautiful. Congratulations to both of them on their new tiny human. I love the tiny humans. I'd have one, but I like my free time and sleep. Anywho, they have the baby. Her name's Manhattan Barbie. She's a healthy baby. The family meets the baby. They're all very happy. Now, when they come home, his mom, Michael's mom, pulls him aside and she asked Michael if she and some of his kids can come with them to Vegas, which I don't see the fucking issue with, especially if you bought this bigger house and you've been away from those kids. You've been with Justine and her kids. You absolutely can go with him and them. I think Justine is secretly a bitch off camera, though, because I'm like, some of the choices he made with his kids was just weird. It's like, why do you have to get permission from Justine to have your children around? That's the one thing she shouldn't like be able to have a say so on, in my opinion. So his mom brings up the paternity test and he checks his mom, but it looks like we're going to see her creeping around to do the paternity test behind her back. If she does that, I would never allow her to be around my child. And I would make sure that my child knows that your grandmama did this shit. I don't give a damn. That shit is not okay. And Michael's mom says that she wants to do the paternity test and it's bothering her again because the baby looks so much like Justine and Kylie. Bitch, what do you expect? That's their mother and sister. Yes, you're going to look like that. My youngest brother looks nothing like my mama or my daddy. And my little sister don't look like my mama or my daddy. But they both look like my grandma, like dead on her. And then when my other brother, I have a couple siblings. I'm the oldest of a few. But my other brother, he came out the womb looking like a little white child. He did. And y'all see how chocolate I am. My younger brother, he sure did. To where my dad was like, is this my child for a little while? But my family's Creole. If you look at pictures of my other family members, like one of my favorite cousins, most of my cousins are super, super light skinned. So it's just my mama's side has African people and all of that. But one of my brothers came out super, super light skinned. So, you know, just because a baby looks a certain way, especially on the first day you bring them home, can they have time to grow into their face, develop some color to their skin? Shit, something. This lady is disgusting, and I don't think she realizes the true impact that what she's doing will have on the child, unless they lie to the child and say, oh, this was just for TV. I hope it's just for TV, because Michael's mom needs to be kept away from these children. Why does it take you knowing that this child is your blood to love this child? I used to work daycare. There are kids I still miss and grew an actual bond with, you know, and their parents will send pictures and things like that. You don't have to have a child to love a child. How the fuck she think adoption work? Anywho, that is all that we got from this episode of Life After Lockup. It was a lot, but not a lot within the episode. I appreciate all of you guys for being here, tuning in, supporting my channel. It really does mean the most. What we will have next happening on the channel, we have a song reaction that should be premiering tomorrow. That will be with Louis XO. And then we also have tonight a song review. We have a song review that will be happening tonight in the next few hours. We're going to look into Lil Intact, Louis XO, DK Pesos, Also Best, and a few others, as well as, I believe, XO Avaca and all of that. So with that ado, I always end my lives. Well, I try to end my lives with music. So we are going to end our live with my husband. We'll listen to some Also Best, B3ST. That's where thy name came from. Other than that, I hope you guys have a good night. Subscribe, like, and comment. I am out.
What's up, Oso? Hey, what's this they talk about us a drought? Like, what we say?
Oh, yeah. The drought is over, about to be a flood in Cali. You niggas lifting weights and I ain't talking about it. Niggas nerve bitter sweet like a motherfucker. What? Shit. The drought is over, about to be a flood in Cali. You niggas lifting weights and I ain't talking about it. No. Niggas nerve bitter sweet like a motherfucker. I'm the bear, I'm the best in them so. Heard them shots on the block, do not go there. Where I'm from, they run up, they give no cares. They share no fucks, and don't be acting like you better shut the fuck up. Well, hit that whip, hit that facelift, that is he dead. Stay out the way, myself hit by matrix. Bitches just out the restrooms, ain't that some shit? You look your Christian kids, man, ain't that? That's what it's toxic, no place for the way too many let out of prison due to a mistake. Can't fully express my thoughts, I'll get canceled. I'd rather keep real pussy up on that pedestal. If I keep it 100, then they about to flip the comments. 90s, baby, got respect for being on. Nowadays, niggas is sensitive, they got their dick tucked. Booty to your element, like they got their dick. Keep a freak on my dick, that is class. When niggas only in my section, no last. Keep a freak on my dick, that is class. When niggas only in my section, no last. Real niggas on, real niggas on, real niggas in my section, real niggas. Real niggas on, real niggas. Real niggas in my section, real niggas. Real niggas on, real niggas. Real niggas in my section, real niggas. Real niggas on, real niggas. Oh, yeah.
Call me Lil Hurricane, how I'm flooding. Steve Urkel jeans, how I'm coming. I'm flooding. Do 'em like some donuts, call me Duncan. With the slaw, I leave 'em real cracked egg McMuffins. Oops, I ain't mean to make 'em sick, Robitussin. How I got up on the beat was disgusting. If we ain't talking about the drip, how we flooding. Even in the eye of my storm, I be crushing. Can't call my ruins Noah, cause they know they flooding. They pump it up and let it blow, no Joe Budden. In this life, you always reap the soul, how you towing? Yeah, I'm in a bubble with these racks, but I ain't blowing. Hit 'em fast, leave with blast, how I'm flooding. Ask the haters why they always clucking. Dime a dozen. How I crack, I be super bad, no McLovin. I don't need a car, I got the arts, how I'm flooding.
Real niggas on me, real niggas on me, real niggas in my section, real niggas. Real niggas on me, real niggas. Real niggas in my section, real niggas, real niggas on me, real niggas. Real niggas in my section, real niggas. Real niggas on me, real niggas. Haha.